Welcome to Awakening Mindfulness at Work, a conversation that matters. I'm Pierre Kowant.
And I'm Sarah Killeen. We are bringing to you conversations and practices to cultivate presence, calm, and balance in the workplace.
So let's begin right here, right now. A new day. Hello, Sarah. Today, meaning on the day we release this episode, it's Thanksgiving Day in the US. It's a time when people slow down, gather with family and friends, and take a moment to be thankful. It's also a day that carries a complicated history. For many indigenous people, it's a reminder of loss and hardship and challenges, all that came through colonization. So, our topic today is gratitude, chosen to fit the Thanksgiving celebrations. And as we talk about gratitude, maybe we can hold both the good and the challenging. So we can appreciate what nourishes us while staying also aware of the bigger story. So, yes, our topic is gratitude, and Sarah doesn't know yet what this will entail, which is that I'm going to invite you, Sarah, to guide us through a gratitude practice. And I hope that our listeners, our mindfulness friends, might share this practice today with their family and friends, or even try it together, maybe before, during, or after the Thanksgiving meal. And if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving or you're joining us from another part of the world, it's still wonderful to have this moment to pause and reconnect with gratitude. So I'm going to hand it over to Sarah and see what we have in terms of gratitude.
Great. What a surprise. I could have seen that one coming, so. Um, maybe let's say I'd love to say a few more things about gratitude before we go into the practice. Also, so that people who might not be able to practice right now in this very moment can still start reflecting a little bit on that theme. Um, so yeah, so the first thing I'd like to mention is gratitude is a little bit like breathing in a sense. We're letting ourselves be touched by the goodness, that's in our lives, in others, in the world, in ourselves. And generosity is like breathing out. So we're kind of sensing our mutual,
Mm.
our humanity, our mutual belonging. We're caring. That's a way I found very supportive to think about gratitude and generosity. Right, we're breathing in gratitude, and then we're breathing out generosity. So we're taking in the goodness, and then we're sharing it as much as possible. And when we are awake, present, calm, grounded, centered, breathing, we are aware that breathing happens naturally. So we might also be aware that gratitude is more natural and generosity is more natural. But those actually get blocked when we are, we're stressed, we're in tension, we're in that surviving, we have those surviving mechanism. We're literally in survival mode. Those capabilities that are very we are born with the capability to be the capacity to be generous and to be grateful. Those tend to be a little bit blocked, maybe. So that's why gratitude practice is it's just a really beautiful practice to do to help us remember, right? Remember to be grateful and to share it as well with everyone around us and the world. So yes, that's just a little something to reflect on before we go into the practice. If we are grateful, a grateful heart will give happily as well. A grateful heart will give with generosity. Those two are very much linked. And I think that is something that we would love to remember on a day like Thanksgiving, especially like you're saying, when it's a day that brings up a lot. Can we remember our interconnectedness on a day like that? Can we remember what makes us connect, and gratitude and generosity are a huge part of it. So I just wanted to say that. I don't know if you want to reflect on it as well, or if you want to go straight into the practice.
I think that's a great segue to the practice. So I'm happy to be in the practice with you, Sarah.
Wonderful. So we'll keep it short enough. This will be about 7 to 10 minutes. So we don't do a practice that is too long for this particular moment. But yeah, really inviting you all to find a place where, whether it's right now or whether you need to press pause and find that space where you can be really comfortable, really comfortable. You can do this practice feeling safe as much as possible, and feeling supported, by your surroundings. Okay, so inviting you to sit or to lie down, lying on the earth. That's also a beautiful way to do a gratitude practice, knowing that there's so much to be thankful for when it comes to the earth, right? So yes, let's find that posture that allows us to be as grateful as possible today. And then when you're ready, closing the eyes or gently softening the gaze or lowering the gaze down. And we start this practice by remembering how year after year you have cared about your own life. You've cared about life. You've cared about your own life. This dimension of care and acknowledging everything and everybody else that has supported you in this care. You have been supported in caring about your own life, caring for yourself. Since the moment you were born, there has been support in caring about your own life. Maybe sensing how your own care and the care of others sustain you, support you, uplift you. I'll be saying a few gratitude phrases now. You can repeat these after me. You can slightly modify them so they sound right to you. And see if you can, as you hear those phrases and as you modify them as you wish, see if you can sense maybe gratitude slowly, a little bit like a seed. It's planting a seed of gratitude. It might bloom, it might grow already in this practice. It might take a little bit more time, but see if you can sense that intention to cultivate gratitude within you. So we'll start with the first phrase, which is, with gratitude I remember the people, the animals, plants, insects, all beings, all the creatures of the sky and the sea, the air and the water, fire and earth, who support and bless your life. So remembering all those beings in the natural world. With gratitude, I remember the care and work, the hard work of a thousand generations of ancestors and elders who came before me. With gratitude, I remember the care and the labor of so many generations of ancestors and elders who also are the reason why I am here today, breathing and able to be grateful. With gratitude, I remember a measure of safety and well being I've been given, ways I have been kept safe, ways I have been well in my life. And with gratitude, I remember the measure of health I've been given, the ways I have been blessed with health in my life. With gratitude, I remember the blessings of food and shelter I've been given, those basic needs of mine that have been met: food, shelter, and care. With gratitude, I remember the family and the friends I've been blessed with, those loved ones that have been supporting me, have been caring for me as well. With gratitude, I remember the community I've been given. This might be your mindfulness friends that are on this journey with you. It might be a local community, a sense of community, of belonging. And with gratitude, I remember the teachings and all the lessons I have learned, that I've been given, all the growth I've been through. And with gratitude, I remember the wisdom and the compassion that have grown in me, that are growing in me, the mindfulness and the heartfulness that I have been given, and that I am watering, those little seeds that I'm watering. And with gratitude, I remember and reflect on things small and great, tiny and huge, that come to me every day. Trying to be grateful for small and big joys, little moments, big moments that come to me every day. Gratitude is it's a great, gracious acknowledgement of all that sustains us every day. Acknowledging the beauty around us as well. The beauty in ordinary life as well. It can be very little things. It's a bow to our blessings, being in small. It's so life giving. Staying there for a moment, breathing, and maybe tuning into that practice of breathing in gratitude Maybe your heart is a little bit more open. There's this sense of gratitude growing. Breathing in gratitude and appreciation, and then breathing out generosity, sharing, sharing the gift of appreciation. Breathing in gratitude, breathing out generosity, care, interconnectedness, belonging. You can stay there for as long as you'd like, soaking that in, really absorbing the richness of this practice, the nourishment of gratitude. And then when you're ready, you can open the eyes again if they are closed. And maybe looking around you with new eyes, maybe seeing new things around you, looking at colors differently, looking at people differently, looking at tiny little details with new eyes.
Thank you, Sarah, for that beautiful practice. And yeah, so timely. And also, it's a good time to acknowledge that the topic of gratitude is a huge one. It's a big one. And we'll come back to it in future episodes. I think gratitude sometimes can feel easy when things are going well. But then it can be challenging when we're going through difficult times. So how do we handle this? Even in hard times, though, cultivating this ability to notice the small moments of care, of beauty, can help soften things quite a bit. So we'll come back to this in the future. But for now, we want to wish you a peaceful and mindful Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating Thanksgiving. And for others, just wishing you a day of appreciation wherever you are in the world. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Pierre, and thank you everyone for your presence. Really grateful to have you listening to us today.